My name is Jeremiah, and this is my Thursday Thought. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope that you have had an amazing week. I want to talk today about being okay with not having all of the answers. Somebody just now just felt the chills and just nervousness all throughout their body because this pertains to you. Not having all the answers for some of us is just one of the greatest insecurities. Have you ever been in a class and then the teacher, professor, they've asked, like, does anybody have any questions? Does everybody understand what I just went through? You know dang well that you have no idea what just happened. You need more information, but you don't raise your hand because you don't want to be the silly person. You don't want to be the seemingly sole individual that didn't understand what took place. And I just right now want to debunk this whole fake it till you make it thing. Faking it till you make it, to some degree, it helps. It almost suggests just go for it regardless of your level of understanding, of experience, things of that sort. Personally, I condone that to some degree. However, faking it to the point where you're not positioning yourself to get all the information that you possibly can so that you can be the best version of yourself in all stages of life. When it gets to that point, we have to be real about where we are. And again, there's just such an insecurity and a fear about being the person that's inadequate, that doesn't have it all together. And please believe me that most people do not, and that's okay. I feel like being the person, and this is something that my wife has actually displayed and taught me, and it's honestly changed my life. She is a fantastic human being, but her ability and her willingness to raise her hand, to have questions, to be content with her level of understanding, and to be hungry, like not just desire it, but to be hungry for more so that she can be better, is amazing. Sometimes we're at a restaurant or something like that, early on in our relationship, like I realize she's expecting top notch every time they're gonna bring something out. If it's inadequate, if it's not everything that she expected, if it's not what the picture displayed, like she's gonna talk to that server and be like, yo, I need you to fix this up. I need you to fix this for me. It would make me just nervous and just uncomfortable because that's not something I'm used to. I'm not used to posing those questions or challenging things as they are. However, she has been that way. And as a result, my wife is a genius. She's an amazing individual. And as a result, I've adopted some of these traits, and it really does make all of the difference. And oftentimes during my Thursday Thought, I am going to refer to our childhood experiences and kind of equate them to where we are currently. For myself, I felt as if there were just a lack of answers available to me when I would pose them rarely to my parents. What I received was something that ultimately didn't serve me. I didn't grow as a result, if anything. And I know, again, for myself, when it came to being a kid, I don't think it was as extreme as what my parents had experienced, but it was, kids are seen, they're not necessarily heard. So this wasn't something that was literally communicated to me, but as a result of how we operated as a family, I felt like that was the case, and I couldn't ask those questions. And then I adopted this ability to just survive my circumstance, to assess my state of life, the state of the world, my family, whatever the case. And as a result, I experienced some success. I learned how to survive without asking or posing those questions that would have been helpful to me. And again, I just adopted this ability to survive. And I almost taught myself and communicated to myself, you can do this on your own. So this state of life, this stage of life whereby this ability served me, this ability to survive, this ability to assess situations and just like accurately kind of figure out where things are at. I took it to the next stage of life, adulthood, and it no longer served me. It actually hurt me extremely because, again, I was in the classroom, professor would ask a question, professors available to me, like relationally, when it comes to growing and knowing where I was at in my emotional state. Like, it was just all about men don't cry, let's have it figured out. I just had all of the answers, and as a result there was just no growth in my perspective. There was no growth in my understanding. I wasn't learning anything, and it really does just come to a point where we have to lay that down, understand that it is possible that we are in a room of 30 plus people with the least amount of information, but as soon as we are okay with that, we can draw closer again to the best version of who we are potentially going to be, who we have the potential to be. So it's okay. It is absolutely okay not to have all of the answers. And even if you do have an answer, it's possible that you only have a fragment. You only have a certain amount of that answer in particular, and just inquire, get more information, grow in and of yourself. I know that it can be uncomfortable. I've experienced it personally. I know that it can challenge your character, but allow those things to transpire so that, again, you can just be the best you that you can possibly be. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking. Worry about achieving your goals and being real. Faking it until you make it, it just doesn't work, because there will come a point where you've established a new norm, you have achieved some success. However, because you've faked it and it hasn't been real, a light is going to be shown on the reality of where you're at, the reality of your heart, your character, again, your understanding, and things are going to implode from there. So don't fake it till you make it. Be real about where you are, and be okay with learning, with gaining, and with growing. You're awesome. Happy Thursday. Talk to you soon.